Hello, squatters. I hope you guys are good. I've come to realize, man, that we have a problem here in South Africa. And I've been trying to diagnose exactly what the problem is. Are we having a problem with our society, or are we having a leadership crisis? In the recent activities that are happening, our soldiers dying in the DRC, and our politicians, their posture, how they talk on public platforms, the president, the opposition leaders, all of those people. And now, it's funny that I have actually come to a conclusion that I think we have got a problem of leadership. I will tell you why I'm saying this. Number one, we had our president, Cyril Ramaphosa, telling Donald Trump that he must keep his America and all of that. I understand Donald Trump is very arrogant and he's a racist, that man, of no, by the way. Elon Musk is very arrogant because he thinks he's the richest person on earth and whatsoever they call him. We don't care about his wealth, by the way. He can keep his assets there in America. We don't care. And he's also a racist, these two people. Now, Elon Musk's father had to quickly intervene and arrange a conference call between Cyril Ramaphosa, our president, and his son, Elon Musk. Now you can see that as a parent, when your son is getting out of control, it's embarrassing you. As a parent, you need to intervene. You need to put corrective measures. You need to mediate so that this issue doesn't blow out of proportion. That's what Elon Musk's father did between Cyril Ramaphosa and his son, Elon Musk. Elon Musk is someone who is confused. Why I'm saying this? You choose. Either you are a politician or you are a business person. You can't be both. You can't be a politician, at night. During the day, you are a business person. It doesn't work like that. So Donald Trump is actually using this young man to pursue his own political agendas. Donald Trump is also a businessman turned into a politician. There's a difference there. Donald Trump is a businessman turned into a politician. So this one, Elon Musk, he must come clear whether he wants to be a politician or he wants to remain in business. Those are two different portfolios that you can never mix. If you mix these two, then you are going to start to have a problem. That's what I see there. By the way, I want to appreciate Elon Musk's father for intervening, because his son was perpetuating lies that white people are being slaughtered in South Africa, white people are being killed, the land is taken, and even Donald Trump, by the way, becomes reckless and say all of that crap. I'm very much, irritated by these two men, by the way. I don't want to say much about them. I will leave it there. Now, I want to come to this issue of the M23 rebels, the DRC, the South African National Defence Force being deployed there. And some of them, 14 by the way, dying there. There was a parliamentary committee where the EFF was questioning that, Calmy House. And the defense minister was sleeping in that meeting. The commander of the defense force was sleeping also in that. We've got sleepists, by the way. Okay, fine. Julius Malema has recently made very serious allegations about President Kagame, the Rwandan president, saying, he was very undiplomatic, that man. I don't know, and I don't wish for South Africa to have someone like Julius Malema. As a president, we are heading straight into war. That man is not diplomatic in any way. He speaks like, I don't know, Mugabe was very much better. The late president of Zimbabwe, Mugabe, who was ousted also for his autocratic leadership, by the way. He's saying, Julius Malema is saying, the Rwandan president, Paul Kagame, has got blood in his hands, and he's accusing President Kagame of killing our military. Where did he do all those investigations and come to that conclusion that this is the man who actually orchestrated the killing of our military forces? Number one, Paul Kagame has made it clear that, listen, what you are doing, you and your friend Ramaphosa, telling Tshisekedi, the president of DRC, that what you are doing, that's not the right way to resolve issues. You cannot respond the military way when you talk to people when they are not happy about certain things in there. First thing first, the M23 rebels are Congolese. If anyone has got any proof of any sort that those people are actually Rwandans, if Rwanda has got a hand, maybe they are helping. They are helping those M23 rebels. Why? Because President Paul Kagame has made it clear that, listen, I tried to intervene. I tried to be diplomatic. I tried to engage President Tshisekedi to say, listen, let us resolve this issue amicably. How can you address this? And he was told, by the way, that it's either we are going to resolve it this way or you can stay out, which means there's no peaceful talks here. We are going to be militant. We are going to respond with a barrel of a gun to those M23 rebels. And if you don't want to be part of this, then you can stay out. We will do it alone. We'll call South Africa. Cyril Ramaphosa likes massacres, the Maricanas and all of that. He doesn't mind people dying. He only minds when he's losing capital, money, protection of business interest and all of that. Then he called the military to say, I'm going to put my military here to help you fight these rebels. Somehow, if by any chance President Paul Kagame interfered in that to help those M23 to combat the DRC and the South African Defense Force, somehow a war is a war. Where there's war, people are going to die. Now recently, our Defense Force personnel, they've been captured there by the M23 rebels. If they want to go to the bathroom, they're asking for permission. Whatever they do, they are captured there. There's nothing they can do. They are trapped. And there is a possibility that those soldiers, they can kill more. They can actually escalate this whole thing and it can blow out of proportion. I'm worried about the posture people like the CIC Julius Malema is showing to President Kagame. And that man is quiet. And that man, by the way, never disrespected South Africa. He was responding to what they were saying to him, about his country, about the military and all of that. So he was, people provoke you when you respond, they say you are undermining them. He was provoked. He was responding because if you have to look at how he actually put his speech, he said, whatever that he said referring to Ramaphosa, that he would do, we will see. He should have done it. Let's see if he will do it, because Cyril Ramaphosa issued threats to him, accusing him of supporting the M23 rebels. It means now the DRC and South African military, the defense force, were supposed to actually suffocate those M23 rebels and never actually get to understand what are their concerns. It is worrisome. It is a big concern for people like Abu Julius Malema to actually tone their views in that manner. It's I was very much concerned that how can actually a public figure like Julius Malema utter such a very hateful statement to say President Kagame has got blood in his hands, he's the one who killed the military. Why don't you blame your president and also the other president, Tshisekedi, for having such a deal to set up our military so that they die there in the DRC? It is worrisome. It is worrisome. I don't know how this thing will be resolved, but with leaders like Abu Julius Malema. Why do you blame someone who's not even involved in this nonsense? But you fail to blame people who are actually combating the same chaos. Cyril Ramaphosa and Tshisekedi, they are supposed to be blamed if there's any blame, unless if we have a tangible proof and a certain amount of proof that we can say President Paul Kagame is involved in this whole thing. But I don't know how we handle these things. And at the same time, we are having these two men in America who are busy, also obsessed with South Africa, Donald Trump and Elon Musk. I don't know what is going on. I don't know how South Africa has changed into this chaotic situation whereby now we don't understand whether we are going or we are coming. But the last thing that we need in our country is war. We don't want a war, but people who are there, who are influential, I doubt that they don't need war. I think they are looking for war, because if you look at Julius Malema's posture, saying he mustn't try us and whatsoever, I got very, very much concerned. I got very, very much concerned by looking at how he expressed this. I thought he will actually call these two men, Ramaphosa and Tshisekedi, into order to say, listen, we need to withdraw our military before we experience more casualties there in the DRC. We are having a serious problem on that. And if we fail as Africans, the Western countries are looking at us, they are fighting amongst themselves. Amongst each other, they are just fighting, they're killing each other. It's embarrassment. It's a public embarrassment that we can't even hide. We don't know how we're going to explain this. And even SANDF, by the way, it's one of those useless organizations, because I saw the speech of President Emerson Mnangagwa from Zimbabwe saying they must combat this and all of that. Okay, fine, but what is the solution to this immediate problem? This is an imminent problem which needs to be attended. What is the solution? They don't have a solution. They don't know what to do. They are chairmen there, they are having positions there. Even the MKP, they won't say anything because they are part of SADC. Duduzile Zuma is part of that. So she won't have any say. They will just keep quiet and let our military die there. My question is, do we want that number to escalate to 34 or even more, just like the Marikana massacre? I mean, we are literally setting up our military personnel to die there. What do we do? Why can't the president withdraw the mission? Because in the first place, it was never about the peacekeeping mission. It was an offensive mission which was to combat the M23, to actually switch them off, to clean them up. And you don't know those people who's backing them up. Yes, there's a possibility maybe somehow that the Rwandan military is backing them up. What are we going to say? Are we going to blame the Rwandan president to do that? Maybe he has got his own reasons, because he even mentioned that people are looking at their personal interests. They are not looking at resolving this issue, but at their personal interests. Referring to who? To Cyril Ramaphosa and his minds and his family, that they are still continuing to benefit there. So they are looking at their personal interests, not saving their lives, not resolving this issue amicably. So yes, there's a solution for this problem. It doesn't need a rocket science. It needs leadership. I remember one day he said, President Kagame said, he knows leaders and he knows fools in Africa. All the African presidents, there are leaders, there are fools. I don't know if here in this whole situation, this chaos, do we have leaders or do we have fools who happens to be there at the forefront calling themselves leaders? I don't know. Maybe you'll say something, squatters. I'm very much concerned about the state of our country and how our military continue to be exposed to those risks there at DRC, and our president continued to gamble with their lives, and they call the defense minister, they sleep in the parliament, they call the chief, the commander of the military, then he goes there, he sleeps the whole day, he doesn't hear anything, and then he leaves the parliament. Month end, he's safe with his family, he gets salary for doing absolutely nothing. That is the status quo. It is so concerning that we have leaders who are just there at the forefront, don't understand what they are doing, while people are dying. We gamble with people's lives. I'll hear from you, squatters. Thank you for watching my content. Let's keep subscribing. Click that notification bell. When I drop the content, you happen to be the first to get the message. Let's keep engaging. Sure.